Good evening. We have just finished an excellent meeting with the foreign ministers from NATO and with the 14 partners that will contribute to our new mission in Afghanistan. And today we decided to launch the Resolute support mission on the 1st of January 2015. And this is really a significant moment for us and for Afghanistan. Resolute support will be a non-combat mission. Around 12,000 troops from NATO allies and partners will train, advise and assist the Afghan National Security Forces and ensure that we continue to build on the gains we have made in Afghanistan. And therefore it is very fitting to have the President of Afghanistan here together with us and also together with the Chief Executive, Dr. Abdullah. They were present at the meeting and they gave introductions and they also received a very unified and strong response and support from NATO and from the partners who would very much welcome who are welcoming very much the new spirit we see in our partnership, the partnership between NATO and Afghanistan. So I thank you, President, very much for being here and for your remarks and for the partnership we are developing together. I visited Afghanistan last month and I heard the high hopes of young Afghans for the future, and I saw the determination of the Afghan forces, and I spoke to ISAF soldiers who have taken pride in the work they have done as our combat mission comes to a close. We are really grateful for their service and their sacrifice, men and women, civilian and military, from Afghanistan and from around the world. For more than a decade, NATO allies and partners have stood side by side with Afghanistan in a common cause. ISAF brought together 50 nations in an effort without precedent. Afghanistan is no longer a safe haven for international terrorists. Our nations are safer and Afghanistan is stronger. With a national security force of 350 soldiers and police. Of course, there is still much to do. There are still security challenges and reforms must continue. But the people of Afghanistan now have the chance for a better future. And that future is in their own hands. At the end of this year, Afghan forces will assume full responsibility of the security of the nation. But our support will continue. Our new Resolute support mission is only part of the picture. Today we reaffirm that we will continue to contribute to the funding of the Afghan forces for 2015 and beyond. And we will strengthen the NATO-Afghanistan enduring partnership. Today, we agreed to set up a task force to take this enduring partnership forward, and we are going to start that work immediately. We welcome the determination of the National Unity Government to implement urgently needed reforms, to promote good governance, accountability, and human rights, including the rights for women. The Afghan people have chosen the path of peace, democracy and stability. And we want to preserve the gains we have made together for the benefit of Afghanistan, the whole region, and global peace and security. So, Mr. President, it's a great honor to have you here, and I give the floor to you, please.
In the name of God, the compassionate, the merciful. Mr. Secretary General, first of all, let me express our sincere appreciation for your visit to Kabul. It was wonderful to have you. But equally, if not more significant, for convening today's meeting. Today's meeting marks a landmark in that NATO and Afghanistan are entering a new phase of a partnership based on mutual sacrifice and accomplishments of the last 10 years. So let me pay tribute both to the sacrifice of NATO men and women in uniform, the wounded, those who made the ultimate sacrifice, and the hundreds of thousands of veterans that their lives are marked by our country, and equally by the immense sacrifice that our people, particularly the civilians, have made to make sure that terror has not hit your countries. The relationship has not been one-sided, it's been mutually beneficial. Our commitments, our determination to make sure that we live in peace and security has ensured also global peace and security. So it's been a mission that we've sacrificed and cemented together, and we want to express deep appreciation for all those countries, NATO core members, partner countries, from sending one person to sending tens of thousands. We want to express our appreciation. We are gratified that the Resolute support mission has been approved, and the new spirit that marks a cordial dialogue and a sustained focus on problems and on solutions is what we are both committing to. We, the Government of National Unity, are committed not only to reach to governments and to organizations like NATO and yourself, but to the people who make this commitment possible. Europeans, North Americans, other members, Australians, Japanese, who have provided such generous support should understand that the Government of National Unity is committed to fundamental reforms, to owning our destiny, to ensuring that we are in the lead regarding reforms processes, that the speed with which we have moved in the last 2 months is going to be an enduring tempo. We do not expect to become a burden on the international community. Clearly, we, the Afghan leaders, are responsible for our destiny. But given our shared threats and our shared interest, we hope to work with you through the task force on making the enduring partnership a reality. An enduring partnership that would make sure that the commitments that were made in Chicago for the decade of transformation are realized, the accountability and transparency measures that are required would be implemented, and our effort on accomplishment, efficiency, effectiveness, accountability, and transparency will be much more focused than ever desired or can be driven by our international partners. We face challenges because the world is an unsafe place. NATO is to maintain its gaze on many parts of the world, particularly its neighborhood. But we need to understand that in our interconnected world, the threats are also connected. And the threats that join those threats emanate from malign non-state actors, tolerated or supported by state actors. So our fundamental challenge is to ensure that all states fulfill the rights and obligations that are incumbent upon being members of an interconnected international system. NATO would be of immense assistance to this, and affirmation of today provides a foundation. Our goal in Afghanistan is to become a platform, provide a platform for cooperation, regional, Asia-wide, across the Muslim world, and internationally. We will bring together actors in a virtuous circle of relationship that otherwise might seem to have conflicting interest. What we intend not to become is a playing field for proxy wars or for battlefields for illusionary ideas. The people of Afghanistan, let me conclude, want something very simple. A child who leaves school and goes to a playing field to play volleyball and is assured that he is not going to be blown to pieces. A woman, a young woman who goes to college and tells her father, "Dad, I'm working to make sure that you have a retirement that is supported by me and is not blown up by random violence." These are actual cases. This is what we face. I do not want to hold mangled bodies of our children or make continuous calls to the bereaved fathers. People should know, no one can cower an Afghan leader or an Afghan nation to submission. We are determined to master our destiny, to overcome the past. Our Hindu friendship is open to all friendly actors who will join us in a virtuous circle. But all those with ill intentions should understand that here is a determined nation that will not be subdued. Thank you. And thank you for the partnership.